Don't try to sneak into your room like that. I know what you've got behind your back. Records. More new records.
All right, so we're going to do a little adventure right now. So I got an email from someone, and I'm not going to mention his name, and he quotes Heinz Lichtenegger from Pro-Ject, and it says, if new vinyl customers have a bad experience with their first turntable, he cannot later sell them the upper models. Golly, I wonder why he said that. This is the guy talking. Okay. Then the comment section on anti-skating problems from numerous owners, so it's a known problem. It's not addressed because there is no correction procedure. Perhaps a dozen nickels or quarters on the head shell would help? This table tone arm combo is garbage, not a golden ear. Quality control projects answer this video. Anyway, that's what it says. Then he says, I recommended this Project T1. This is the T1. It's one of Project's inexpensive turntables, and it's meant to be a plug and play. It's meant to be you unbox it, you set it up, and it's ready to go. I recommended this T1 to a friend as his first turntable because it was a golden ear. I guess Task gave it a golden ear for what it is. Plug and play. No reason to take it back to the dealer to be charged for a setup fee. Now I own this $550 plus tax boat anchor. I bought it from him for his purchase price after numerous phone calls between him and me to make it work because I had no idea it was impossible to adjust. That's the idea. He said, same problem. The plug and play design with pre-adjusted tracking force and anti-skidding doesn't work. I told Project last summer that I bought it from him because he broke the stylus from the tone arm sweeping across the record. I explained that I know how to set up a table and have decent setup tools. Project's answer for a 6-month-old table, no warranty. I said to him, send me the table. Let me unbox it and see what's going on here. Let me see why it's not working. I know how this table works. So this table's anti-skating is a spring. There's a spring, tension spring, and you don't adjust it because it's meant to be used with the Ortofon OM5 cartridge. That's it, and not to play with it. So let's unbox it. If you don't level it, it doesn't work. We know that. Okay, now I'm going to unbox it. There's enough tape on here to... It's fragile. You know it's fragile. This is going to be interesting because if there is something wrong with it, we're going to discover it. And if it's just a matter of not being balanced, we're going to discover that too. And we can probably plug it in to something and listen to it. But let's see how it's packed. Okay, looks like he packed it the right way. Here it is. Out of the bearing sleeve. So let's get this out of here. Yeah, and a little bit of oil is, but that's not a problem. Okay, it's still good. So one thing about this turntable is it's a solid piece of whatever it is. There's no chamber in there that's gonna resonate. It's very neat. It's got a phono preamp built in. It's also got line out, so you can use the phono preamp that's built in, or you can use an external phono preamp. Okay, so there it is. All right, so this turntable has electronic speed control. It sells for $599, complete with the phono preamp built in, the cartridge, a nice solid plinth with no chambers in it that are gonna resonate, and that's it. This is an arm that's got very nice bearings built into it. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to check the tracking force. It's a glass platter. Okay. Oh, he complained that they don't include adjustable feet. And yeah, they don't include, for the money that they charge for this, the feet are not adjustable, but there's other things that it does by not having adjustable feet that are actually beneficial. So let's put a bubble level on this and see where we're at. It's close, but it's off. And in this direction, that looks pretty good. That direction is good. This direction, we need to raise it up this end a little bit. So now it's perfectly level. Okay, perfectly level. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the felt mat up because that's a stylus destructive device. And there it goes. Because you can adjust the tracking force on this. .245. I think that's too heavy for this. 1.5 to 2. So this is tracking way too heavy. So that's one thing that's not right. So I got to lower the tracking force. You see, I had the right Allen key right away. I know from looking at these things. I know. Okay. It doesn't want to move, but it's going to move. See, it moved. All right, we're looking for 1.75. Let's do 1.75. 1.62. Okay. .174. 175. Okay, that's exactly what we want. All right, so now let's see it. Okay. Okay. I guess it goes in here like this. Now, this Wally Skater device is based upon something that one of the German cartridge manufacturers in the 70s came up with to measure skating force. And this is an adaptation of that our mentor, Wally Malowich, came up with, and J.R. Boyclair has improved upon it. Normally when I use this device and I can turn the anti-skating off, I turn it off and the plumb bob and the arm should line up with one another. Okay, so remember, if you go online and you see a vinyl expert who was, flicking chickens 10 years ago, but now he's a vinyl expert, and he tells you to use a blank record to set anti-skating, don't listen to that person. He doesn't know what he's talking about. There are so many people online that don't know what they're talking about. Okay, wait a second. So what this is showing me is that there's really no anti-skating applied. This is really what's telling you what's happening. And it's just about lining up exactly with the plumb bob. If you were behind me, you'd see that it's pretty even. Yeah, this is what this is telling me is that the anti-skating is pretty much not working one way or the other. There's no anti-skating being applied. Is it ideal to not have any anti-skating working when you're supposed to have some working? No. But you see, if I change the level of the turntable, oh my God, now it's moving that way. Oh my God, now it's moving that way. That's why it's got to be level. You have to level the table. All right, so what have I learned? I have learned that this should play. This should track. And there should be a little bit of skating towards the center of the record. That's not ideal, but it should still play. Should we play a record? See what it sounds like? I think we should. Yeah, it would be good if there was a way to adjust the anti-skating on this. And I'm going to find out from Heinz Lichtenegger whether there is any default way to do that. But Ron, who sent this to me, is correct in that there is no anti-skating being applied. Okay, so now we're gonna play this record. It didn't jump into the groove. It didn't jump out of the groove, right? Sounds good, right? let's go further in. Let's go further in. Welcome to your show. Okay, I'm going to do a thing pretty soon. It's going to be called Guess the Press. And Guess the Press is America's favorite guessing game. And we're going to play records and we're going to record them for you. Show the same record being recorded, but each time you hear it, it'll be a different version of the same record, different pressings. And your job is going to be to guess which you like best. And then I'll tell you which is which, and you'll be shocked at what you hear, I think. Okay, this is good. This is the last. It sounds good, right? Let's go right to the end. Let's see if it skates all the way in. Theoretically, it will skate all the way in because there's no anti-skating. But let's see what it does. Is it going to fly into the center and... No. Look. It's fine. It's fine. It behaved itself. Okay? So what have we learned? We've learned a few things. First of all, this came out of the box tracking at 2.5 or 2.6, which is way too heavy, and therefore it will definitely affect the skating and anti-skating. I moved it down to where it belonged, to 1.75, and then I put the Wally skating device on there, and what that showed was no anti-skating is being applied, so it's kind of neutral. And that means it's going to skate, but it's not going to fly across the record, which it didn't, and it played, even though the stylus that's on there is totally shot. And when we put the stylus into it plays. And it sounds surprisingly good given that the stylus is in very bad shape. That's what we learned. So we learned that having a Wally skater, I'm not saying you spend $250 or whatever a Wally skater costs if you buy a $600 turntable, but if you're diagnosing a problem, it's a very good tool to have. And we diagnosed it. We found that the skating is not working on this arm for whatever reason, but it's also not flying in the other direction, and it's not flying in either direction. It's just neutral. So that means that it will skate as the record plays. And that's all we learned.